You guys today. So in today's video we're going to be talking about all about the weather and the upcoming severe weather. We do have a chance for isolated tornadoes today, and I am ruling out 5% chance for tornadoes across the East Coast that we're going to be talking about today. And we do have a widespread thunderstorm threat that's going to be triggering thunderstorms, and we're going to be seeing a whole lot of states, at least 30 to 35 plus states getting at least 5+ days of storms, even though we're just starting to calm down. This is just the calming down threat. We are going to be seeing a lot of thunderstorms today with the chance for tornadoes, damaging winds up to at least 80 miles per hour. So let's go ahead and jump right into the forecast for you guys today. And we're going to be starting off with today, actually. We do have three slight risks of severe weather today. We're going to be seeing a lot of showers and thunderstorms across the South and the Midwest and portions of the upper Midwest. First, we're going to start off with our two slight risks of severe weather today. The first one will be across portions of eastern Arkansas, northern Alabama, and north central and northern Mississippi. And that goes into portions of Tennessee, including places like Chattanooga, Birmingham, and that goes into Pine Bluff, Arkansas, Tupelo, Clarksdale, and this marginal risk spans all the way into portions of Texas and southeastern Oklahoma, and then also a marginal risk that expands into northern Louisiana, where we will have a lot of thunderstorms over here. Storms are already going to be starting to build, but these will continue into the overnight hours, and there also is a slight risk over here that goes from portions of South Carolina all the way up into almost where I think southeastern New York. And I think New York is just the York is, you know what, that's actually really concerning. I'm just kidding. So New York is just right there. You know, I think I could just count, if you're just to like in South New York City, you guys are on a slight risk for severe weather, and there will be a chance for damaging winds. And then that marginal risk actually expands a lot. We should see about 23 or 25-ish states getting severe weather today. We also do have a marginal risk that expands all the way into Arizona. And then also another slight risk that goes from portions of Kansas up into portions of Wisconsin. This will include places like Sioux Falls, Minneapolis, and places like that. Then that marginal risk again. And a giant thunderstorm threat. We do have a 5% chance for tornadoes, actually. So a potential tornado watch could be issued later on by the Storm Prediction Center. And there is a hashtag, so we could be seeing a lot of... We could be seeing a chance for EF1 to EF2 plus tornadoes today if you're in places like Washington, D.C., Baltimore, or Philadelphia, and even Atlantic City. And then that 2% chance for tornadoes expands all the way up into New York. And there's also another threat that goes from northern Kansas up into portions of Wisconsin. That will include places like Minneapolis, Sioux Falls, North Platte. And yeah, and there will be a 30% chance for damaging winds. And these winds can be up to 75 to 80 miles per hour. And if you guys are in Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Maryland, Philadelphia, and that 50% chance that it could be seeing 65 to 70 plus mile per hour destructive damaging winds could be and go all the way up into Charlotte and Raleigh. Then another one for 70 plus mile per hour winds in the portions of eastern Arkansas, and then every other ones that are in the 5% chance will be seeing winds up to 60 miles per hour to them. So this could be a pretty bit intense day for severe weather. I'm for sure tracking that. Probably me and my friends will also do that later. Try to make another video for you guys. There will be a 50% chance of hail, and then a 5% chance of hail across portions of northern Mississippi, eastern Arkansas, and the portions of Alabama and Tennessee. And then also there's going to be another one that spans into portions of North Carolina all the way up into Pennsylvania and New Jersey. And there also will be a 15% chance that goes from basically portions of Kansas up into Wisconsin and Minnesota. So we could be seeing a pretty big day for severe weather across the upper Midwest, Southeast, and East Coast. At least about 25 states today that I'm worried about for severe weather. And yeah. So let's go ahead and look at our next threat. And we will have a slight risk. And this actually... And this risk all the way expands into Chicago now. So, there will be a slight risk across Kansas and Nebraska, but I think there is a chance for tornadoes. It should be pretty low, though, but There's a marginal risk that expands from Colorado into portions of Indiana. And then another one. So I'm seeing a lot of storms in the southeast. So there could be a potential rainfall threat that can get up to like a marginal risk or a slight risk for places like Georgia, Alabama, Florida, and the Carolinas. And then another marginal risk that expands from Louisiana all the way up into southern Virginia. And then this marginal risk can expand into places like Indianapolis and Detroit. This will include Chicago, so we could be seeing some isolated severe storms, and there is, and then that thunderstorm chances climb right back up, especially into the north, to the west, and especially the south. There will be a 2% chance for tornadoes, including places like Davenport, Rockford, Chicago, and that expands all the way up to Madison, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. There will be a 50% chance of damaging winds in this area, including places like North Platte, Hayes, Kearney, Colby, Kansas. And there will be a marginal risk that expanded into places like Kansas City, St. Louis, and Wichita, Kansas, and then that thunderstorm threat goes all the way down. So there will be two separate storm risks. Did you just have to do that? Okay, anyways, there will be a 50% chance of hail also. So that could be a pretty big significant day as well that I'm looking at. And then we do have Saturday, which is two marginal risks that expands into Washington, western Montana, and portions of Idaho. And then basically we're just going to be seeing thunderstorms everywhere at this point. Literally nobody's getting a break. And that's why it climbs all the way back up to 40 plus states. I saw that, by the way. And there will be a 5% chance for all hazards being on the table again, like always. This will go into Kentucky, West Virginia, Ohio, southeastern Michigan, and the portions of New York and Pennsylvania. And then there will be also another one in the marginal risk. Before we look at our models, let's go ahead and look at our thunderstorm threat. I think I already got that. So we're going to be seeing a lot of storms today. Always like usual. It's August. We see a lot of storms that we do see a lot of showers and thunderstorms across. I'm gonna just circle it on here on the map. Hold up a second. Okay, there we go. Mainly in these areas. Like, we see a whole bunch of storms activity. And as you guys know, Tornado Alley has expanded to the east and includes states like Indiana, Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, and even more states. This is, okay, that will be Hail Alley, but I expanded that too much. So yeah, Tornado Alley is actually pretty big now. It's not just for the Dakotas down to Texas. It's pretty huge. But anyways, let me go ahead and go over here. We do have a lot of storms impacting a lot of areas. So yeah, and I'm over here looking at places in Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, Illinois, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, and we're seeing people getting like 5+ days of storms. So that's why the rain could be pretty big. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, let's go to look at our models now. I think. And oops. Come on, where are the models? Okay, there we go. So I think right now that we are seeing a lot of storms and some actually no, those are not supercells. We're just seeing typical summer thunderstorms across Arkansas, Alabama, and then that potentially heads towards Atlanta and then just makes its way towards the southeast. And then more storms from Florida will head to the north, including Jacksonville, Gainesville, and Tallahassee. And then those storms will start to taper off. But my main concern where the isolated tornado threat is going to be over here, mainly in these areas. You're the tornado threat. Okay. Well, there you go. So my friend just has to be stupid sometimes, okay? You guys just know that. I'm just kidding. But yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of storms that actually can go up into Maine. Just make sure, guys, to download the Weatherfront app, or you guys can just search it up on Google, Weatherfront and Weatherwise. And also use Base44 to create your own weather apps. I use that a lot. This is how I get a lot of data, and then I go out. This is how I can just go outside and just predict storms out of nowhere. Even the most trickiest forecast is to like actually forecast. But yeah, I think that will be it for today's video. We still do have a lot of flood watches. I think a potential tornado watch could be issued, but mainly a severe thunderstorm watch. And it will mainly turn into a line of thunderstorms that will go from Connecticut mainly to Delaware and Maryland, Virginia, probably Eastern Virginia. A mesoscale discussion probably will be issued later, so just be aware of that if you guys are in Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Washington, D.C., because we're going to be looking at mainly you guys today. But yeah, and I think that will be all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And try to probably post another video later on about the live storms. And unfortunately, guys, it's going to be a premiere video, so you guys can barely just watch it live after I post it. And then you guys can just type in chat, and I'll just have like a live chat posted up there. And I'll just be watching it for any severe storms that pop up. If we get any live tornado warnings, we'll show that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.